Hello everyone, welcome to Heritage Gate Architecture. This is Architect Chanda Sinha, your educator, and today I'll be discussing with the Urban Planning Part 2, and it is in continuation with the Part 1 lecture in which I taught the concepts and theories of urban planning. Okay, before the starting of this lecture, I have an announcement for you that there is a Google form and the link is given in the description box, and you just go and fill it up and just invest 2 to 3 minutes in that. That is going to help us to know more about you. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so let's start with the first one, that is Sir Ebenezer Howard. Now you can see it has been asked so many times, like even the certain topics is also asked so many times. So it was Sir Ebenezer Howard gave the concept of garden city. Okay, so you just write here garden city concept. Okay, now just this question, garden city concept was given by, so this type of question has been asked like in ISRO, West Bengal, DDA, KCET. Okay, now he gave first concept, that is the three magnet concept, in which he kept town, country, and then town and country. So basically what he did, that all the advantages and disadvantages of town he wrote in one place, then the advantages and disadvantages of country, and then he thought to create one such city which has all the advantage of town and all the advantages of country, but it has no disadvantage of either of these two. Okay, so it will be having all the advantages only. Okay, that town and country. So this led to the formation of a garden city. Okay, so this is like a self-sustained city. Okay, so this is a self-sustained city in which it is not this city is not needed to be what to say, this is not dependent on the central city or the big city around it. It is a self-sustained city. It has all the facilities, everything present here, and basically it is designed as such that it has limited population, around 32,000. Okay, so just imagine a city with just 32,000 population. Okay, and the limited area of around 6,000 acres. Okay, now see, due to the industrial revolution, we can see that there is overcrowding, and since overcrowding, so more of the traffic, and the environment is also getting worse due to the pollution. So what he thought, that in this area which has 6,000 area, he will distribute this area like 1,000 acre and 5,000 acre. So in 1:5 ratio. Now this was asked in DDA. So in 1,000 all the buildings will be kept here. Okay? All the buildings will be will be constructed in this 1,000 acre, and in the rest 5,000 all the agriculture activities and all the green belts, like all the parks or the trees, everything will go under 5,000 acre area. Now you can imagine that everywhere there is greenery, there is a proper balance of building and the greenery. Okay, and this is the solution of overcrowding, because 32,000 limited population, green and everything, so there is no population, there is no pollution. So it's a solution of all the problems which were occurring before. Now let's see one example. Suppose the model of a green city. This is the central city. Since this is the central city, so the population here is around 58,000. Okay, 58,000 population in 12,000 acres. And there are 6 garden city around this central city. Okay, and it is divided into 6 radius. Okay, now this is the railway tracks. This round one which you are seeing, these are the inter-municipal railways. These are the inter-municipal railway. So these are connecting one city with the other one. Then these are the roads. Okay, so these are the interconnected roads. Okay, interconnected roads or canals, you can say. Okay, and whatever the area you are seeing, like this area, everything is like all are green area, all are converted into green area. Okay, now since this is a green city, so what will be the population here? 32,000. And what will be the land here? It will be 6,000 acres, and that 6,000 will be distributed like 1,000 and 5,000, right? Okay, yeah, so this is the basic model of a green city. Now I am explaining one green city in detail. Okay, so okay, I'm erasing this part. Okay, I hope you have drawn in your copy this one. So like the green city which I drew here, so I'm just explaining it in a much detail. Now suppose this is the central area. Okay, now this is the central area. So in the central area there will be a central park. So this is the central park. Okay, I'm writing CP, central park. Now in the central park there is a venue. Means a venue is like a big footpath. Okay, big footpath, or you can write avenue. Okay, now after this avenue you have like again parks. Then you have all the like again parks, then all the building hub, like all the commercial buildings and everything. So all the public building are placed in this. Then what happens? Then housing and gardens are placed here. Okay, housing and gardens are placed here. Then industry in the outermost zone. Okay, in order to keep the pollution and everything out of the city. Okay, industries are always placed out of the city. Okay, or in the last zone. Then after that there is a green belt, or you can see all the agriculture activities will be done here. Then okay, then all the green parks and all the green spaces are developed in the outer part of the city. Then what happens? Then this city is divided into 6 radius. Okay, and these are the main roads, and this is around 36-meter wide, and both the sides there are greenery, like both the sides the trees are planted, and these are known as boulevards. Okay, these are known as boulevards. So the boulevards are 36-meter wide, and the trees are planted on both the sides. Okay, so Central Park, all the commercial building, great avenues, housing, industry, agriculture, everything. So yeah, all the buildings, like all the commercial building, housing, industrial, everything is placed in just 1,000 acres, and the rest 5,000 is for the agriculture and the green belt. Okay, so this is all about your green city diagram. Now, when we see the application, so based on this green city concept, 2 cities are built. So 2 cities were built like this is asked in GATE 2006, 96 and 2013. So first one was Letchworth. So this is the first garden city and it is 35 miles from London. So this is the first garden city. So it was planned by Barry Parker. Barry Parker and Raymond Unwin. Okay. Now when you see the MCQ, now this Raymond Unwin was asked in KCET. Okay. Now when you will see the MCQ, the option will be given like Letchworth was planned by Raymond Unwin or Ebenezer Howard. So the answer will go for the Raymond Unwin because Ebenezer Howard gave the concept for the garden city. Okay. And the garden city concept was used for the planning of Letchworth. Okay, so yeah, land is around 5,000 acres. Now see, these are not the true exact value because I searched so many journals or Wikipedia, and in every journal I was getting a bit different value. So I'm taking the average like 5,000 acres and it was for the population of around 35,000. Okay. Okay, and the second green city which was developed after Letchworth, it was Welwyn, again in UK, and it was planned by Louis D. Soycians. Okay, Soisions. Okay, and again 2.4 acres and for the population of 32,000 to 40,000 population. Okay. So this is all about your garden city concept. Okay. Okay. Now come to the next one, that is the Patrick Geddes. So he is known as the father of modern town planning. Okay, modern town planning. Okay. Now this question has been asked twice in ISRO and in KCET. Now one question was asked that when he came in India. So he came in India in 1916 and basically he was a sociologist and a biologist, but he applied his concepts and in urban planning, even though he was not an urban planner. Okay, so there are few concepts of him, like the first one is the Gidatian triad. So it was asked in DMRC, like there is the interrelationship between the work, place and folk. So I'm writing it here, folk. So with the folk, what do you understand? So with the folk, we are saying that one particular individual. Okay, so I'm writing it here, organism. Okay, individual or organism. Now work. With the work, we are saying function, that whatever the activities or function or work he or she is doing, and the place, that is the environment. Okay, okay. So so whenever we talk about any particular settlement or anything, then we tend to see three things, that is the work, folk and place, that how an organism or an individual is working and in which type of environment, and how, and this has to be interrelated. Okay, you can see this circle and this circle. So this has to be the showing that this has to be interrelated for a better settlement. Okay, and this is showing the geographical aspect, this is showing the economical aspect, and this is showing the sociological aspect. Okay, now come to the next one. He gave the outlook. Okay, the outlook tower. Okay, so it is situated in Edinburgh, Scotland. Basically this is used for the regional analysis. Okay, if you want to do the analysis of a particular region, so there is this building through which you can do. So it gives the view of the nearby area. So what is now, there is a camera here which is known as camera obscura, okay, and there is a lens here. Both of this can rotate, okay. If you want to take the analysis of this area, so you can see here, now whatever the thing is being captured from here, that is going to be casted on this, through this lens on this table, and whosoever wants to see this particular region, they can see over here. Now this top this top floor is allotted to all the students and all the visitors who want to see, even this one also. So these two floors are allotted for the visitors and all the students who want to do the regional analysis of a particular place. Then in the second one, to all the science related students, like then after that all the cities and surveys data are kept here. Now, so this is all about your outlook tower, that you can do the regional analysis, and the camera will take this picture and it will cast here through this lens, okay. Now the next one is your section valley. Now this is asked in KCT 2015 and 12. So any settlement, what it says, that any settlement is the result of your geographical condition, that how a geographical condition is there, okay. If it's too harsh, or if it's like tropical or temperate type, or the weather and everything, then the environmental condition, okay, then the environmental condition and your occupation, whether these two things are suited for your occupation or not, or whether the occupation which you are following, whether it's suited for that particular geographical and environmental condition or not. So basically all these three things determines any type of settlement. For this we have one example here, like there is a water body here. So what will happen that the fishermen will come and conquer this area, because his occupation is related to the geographical area of this particular region, that it has water. Now this water is supporting life of fishes, so the fisherman will come and for his occupation he will settle here. After this, there you can see there will be the fertile land here, okay, fertile land. So the rich peasants, like farmers, will come and settle here. Now this is like quite slopey land, so the poor peasants will come and settle here. After this we can see there will be lot of shrubs and herbs, so the woody tree will be there. So here the woody tree, the woodman will come and settle here, and there are so many shrubs and herbs, so shepherd. So this actually showing that how your occupation is determined by the geographical and environmental conditions there, and this is showing the evolution, like evolution of man, ठीक है, like पहले वो वुडमैन हुआ करता था, then shepherd, then for peasants, fishermen. So this is eventually showing the evolution of man, ठीक है. Then you have regional planning. Now regional planning, it's this is the another concept given by Patrick Geddes. So it was asked in 2016 and in GATE also. So there is a phrase called diagnosis before treatment, that is survey before planning. Before planning a city, you need to do the regional analysis or the survey of that particular city, Okay, and that is called as diagnostic survey. So this question was asked directly. The diagnostic survey was given by Patrick Geddes. Then this conservative survey, it shows the human needs. Yeah, conservative survey, it shows the human needs. Okay, then what is the sequence of planning? For any planning, first of all, you need to go through the regional survey. When you will do the particular small region survey, then you will go for the rural one. After the rural, you will go for the town planning, and after town planning, you will go for the city planning. So this is the sequence of your planning. नॉर्मल सी बात है, छोटे एरिया से बड़े एरिया में जाएंगे. सो रीजनल सर्वे, रूरल, एक पर्टिकुलर रीजन, फिर रूरल, फिर अर्बन में पहले टाउन आएगा, फिर सिटी आएगा, राइट. नाउ आफ्टर दिस the fifth one is the conurbation. So conurbation is a term which was given by Patrick Geddes, and in his book Cities in Evolution. Now this was asked so many times, like Gate 2013, then 96, West Bengal 19. Okay, so basically what is conurbation? Suppose this is a city A, this is city B. Okay, within the time it will expand, within some times it will also expand. Now see, previously there was a particular border which was defining the limiting areas of cities A and B, but with the progression of time, this city expanded and the border actually merged between these two, and this is actually creating the conurbation. So conurbation means continuous urbation, means continuously urban activities are spreading. So this is your conurbation. Okay, that we cannot define the proper border for these two cities. You can take the example of like Delhi NCR and Delhi NCR, you can take the example. So one more thing, that he also designed the city Tel Aviv. Okay, so this is all about Sir Patrick Geddes. Just one slide or just one page and you are done with this topic. Okay, done. Okay, now next come to acoustics. So what is acoustics? Acoustics is the study of human settlement. Okay, so it is the study of human settlement. Now you can see it has been asked so many times in the previous year questions. So it was given by C.A. Doxiadis. और मेजरली जितने भी क्वेश्चंस उसमें मेजरली बस यही था कि acoustics was given by whom. So it is C.A. Doxiadis. Okay, now it has 5 elements. So first is the man. Okay, and this is the primary element. Okay, now when I say man, then it's his own private area, then then what all the air, the ventilation which he requires, his own private space. So everything is included in man as the primary element. After this comes the nature and society. So when I say nature, then I'm talking about the geographical aspect and the topographical aspect and the soil and the climate, the weather, everything comes under your nature. And the society, like how is the population density over there, and how is the culture over there. So this is all the secondary aspect of this elements. Now then your network and shell. So when I say network, Network means interconnection, like water supply, then you have power supply. So everything is the network. Shell is the housing units, okay, the community centers. So all this comprises your tertiary aspect of this 5 elements, like man, nature, society, network, and shell. Please do keep this in mind, because directly this option also comes that what are the 5 elements of acoustics, and these are interconnected. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Now, based on the population, this there we define a acoustic logarithmic scale, which is further divided into 4 groups, like minor shell, micro settlement, meso settlement, and macro settlement. Okay, and further this 4 group is further divided into 15 subgroups. Dekho, you don't need to remember all these things, okay? But there are certain things like what is the basic unit of any settlement. So that is the minor shell under this man, that is called as anthropos. So the population scale here is 1. Man is like one individual, okay? Now after that, after the man, the next hierarchy comes of a room, then dwelling unit, then dwelling group, small neighborhood, फिर there is a proper neighborhood, then town, then small polis is the town which has 10,000 population scale, then we have polis, small metropolis, metropolis. Now you should know the this population scale of metropolis. Then small megalopolis is known as conurbation. Okay, conurbation, and this is 25 million. Okay, now here you get 2 terms like Epiropolis and Ecumenopolis. Now these 2 are macro settlement, like very large scale. Okay, very large scale, but you should know the what population which comprises Ecumenopolis, so that is 50,000 million, and Epiropolis, that is 7,500 million. So you need to keep in mind this Ecumenopolis population, Epiropolis, then this conurbation 25 million, and the unit is man, that is 1. Okay, so this, just take a screenshot or try or write it in your copy. So this is the whole acoustics which you have to keep in mind for your exam. Okay. Okay, so Le Corbusier, one of the great legend of architecture. Okay, Le Corbusier. So he planned Chandigarh city. Okay, he planned Chandigarh city. So earlier planning of Chandigarh city was done by Albert Mayer and Nowicki. Okay, but due to some mishappening to them, the master planning responsibility was shifted to Le Corbusier. So let's see what these 2 people first gave, like the concepts. So they made fan shaped plan. Okay, so they made fan shaped plan like in this manner. Okay, so this is just a rough sketch, fan shaped plan. Then they use the concept of super blocks. Okay, so they use the concept of super blocks. Then whatever the area was included within suppose within this 4 road, so they were called as urban village. Fine. And yeah, curvilinear roads. So he gave all this concept. Now when Le Corbusier came, he actually did some changes, like the fan shaped plan he turned into gridiron planning. Okay, so Chandigarh is based on gridiron planning, like this one. Okay, every road is in 90° to one another. Okay, now next, the super blocks and the urban village is now converted into the sectors and neighborhood unit. Okay, neighborhood unit, like self-sustained sectors, like all the facilities are present in a particular sector only. Then like shopping malls, medical facilities, then primary schools, everything. Then urban village, and yeah, this too. Then curvilinear road, again it was changed to grid grid planning. Okay, so all the roads at 90° to each other, like bisecting at 90° to each other. So this was the basic planning. So this was asked in like kaisa road hai, so it was asked in NBCC. ठीक है, like Chandigarh has grid iron pattern. Now this road is further divided into 7 V's. I'm going to tell you later what is the 7 V's, 7 types of road system. And yeah, this Chandigarh was planned by Lee Corbusier. It was asked in GATE. ऐसे ही सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन पूछता है दैट which city is planned by whom, but you should know the detail of it क्योंकि it's my responsibility to tell you in this detail. But in exam only who planned which city and what is the type of roads, what is the type of planning, बस इतना ही पूछता है. Now come to the next one, that is, let's take a brief about your sectors. Okay, and then I'm going to tell you about the street. So I'm erasing this. Okay, so sectors. Now suppose I'm taking one sector. So this was like north to south, there was green strip was passing through north and south area. ठीक है, and east to west there was the commercial road. Okay, so east to west was the commercial road bisecting the green strips. So ये हर सेक्टर का दिस वाज द सेम. ठीक है, मैंने एक सेक्टर का बताया है, ऐसे ही हर सेक्टर में था दैट नॉर्थ टू साउथ देयर वाज द ग्रीन स्ट्रिप्स, एंड ग्रीन स्ट्रिप्स लाइक ऑल द green trees are planted in this particular area, and this is the commercial road which was passing through east to west, and this was bisecting this green strips. ठीक है, now after this the Chandigarh city is planned on the basis of the radiant city concept. Okay, so let me tell you in detail about the radiant city. So radiant city again given by Lee Corbusier. Chandigarh is planned on the basis of radiant city, and you can see it is applied in sector 17. ठीक है, where most of the residential and everything is there. चलो, it was asked in UPSC 2019 and in DDA also that radiant city was given by Lee Corbusier. बस इतना पूछा था. चलो, let's make a diagram. Suppose this is the head. Okay, suppose this is the head, this is the arms. I'm making the plan of a city. Okay, basically it was analogous to human body. ठीक है, analogous to human body. So keeping in mind the human body, the several zoning was done. Okay, so I'm making a rough sketch. Okay, fine. Now this is the head. Okay, so head was the capital complex. Okay, So head was the capital complex, like all the secretariat, then your high court was placed in this zone where there is the head. So I'm writing it here. Secretariat, then you have high court. So all the capital complex was placed in the head zone. Fine. Now this is your heart. Okay, this is your heart. So in the heart there was the commercial complex. Okay, now this whole portion was placed as the commercial complex. Commercial complex. Okay, so this heart was the commercial complex. Okay, now this is the lungs. Okay, this is the lungs. So for lungs you have all the open spaces and the leisure places were kept for the lungs area, like all the open spaces and like for leisures, like okay, for your free time you can go and enjoy in this place. So this is the lungs area. Now this is the lower limb. So lower limb was for your factories. Okay, so I'm writing it here. This is the lower limb. So lower limb was basically for the industry, factory, manufacturing area. Fine. Now this is your arm. So arm was basically for your academic, then educational, cultural, okay, all these things. Now don't laugh on my figure. This is just the rough one. Okay. So head, both the arms for the cultural and academic purposes. Then this is the heart. Heart for your commercial complex. Lungs for your open spaces and leisure. Lower limb away from the whole city. It will be for the industrial and factory region. Okay. Yeah. Then you have all the arteries and veins which was going on from here to here. So all the arteries and veins, these are the circulatory system, and this were designated for the road network. So I'm writing it here, circulatory system. Circulatory system, like all the arteries and veins for your network of roads. Okay. Okay. Now, so network of road. After this, let's do the hierarchy of roads. So this was all about your radiant city, and the Chandigarh is based on this concept of planning. Now, I told you that the road in the Chandigarh is divided into 7 V's. Okay, so 7 V's means the hierarchy of road is explained here. V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6, V7 and V8 together considered as V7 only. Okay, so V1 is the major arterial road. ठीक है, जैसे जो भी तुम्हारा हाईवे हो गया. Now these are the hierarchy of roads. तो सबसे पहले हाईवे, फिर सिटी का रोड, फिर उसके बाद आपके रेसिडेंशियल एरिया के सामने का रोड, देन ऐसे करके लेट्स रीड. तो this is the major arterial roads, fine, which connects one city to the other. So highway, you can say highway. I'm writing it HW. Then V2 is the city roads. ठीक है, all the city roads which you have. Then there was one sector I told you ना, तो जो भी इस sector को सराउंड करता हुआ रोड है, दैट इज योर V3. So the road surrounding sectors, this is sector. Okay, now अब sectors के अंदर भी there will be different roads. So now come to the next one, that is the local shopping, local street for shopping. जो भी मेरा local streets होगा, which we will use for shopping, which will go, suppose there is a shopping complex here, there is a shop here, so the road which we will take to go there, that will be your V4, local street for shopping. Okay, then V5 is the neighborhood road. Suppose यहाँ पर एक घर है, यहाँ पे एक घर है, so the common road between them, so this is the neighborhood road. Okay, like whole unit, whole neighborhood unit. Okay, अब इसके अंदर भी there will be different houses, so they are connected with another roads, so that will be your V6, that is your residential road. Okay, residential road. And after that you come with V7 and V8. So V7 is for the pedestrian and V8 is for the cycle, those who are riding the cycles. So together this is known as V7. So now you know the hierarchy of roads in Chandigarh. Okay, now after this let's come to the next one, that is the another type of city which was planned by another concept on which he planned another city, that is Ville Contemporain. Okay, so I'm going to write here. So first was Chandigarh, in that only I explained the radiant city. Now this is the third one, that is Ville Contemporain. Okay, so basically it came in 1922. After this, okay, now this is also known as city of million people, city of basically 3 million people. Okay, city of 3 million people. Now this was based on the 4 principle, like in the center there should be no congestion, like decongestion in the center, then proper density distribution, like ऐसा नहीं कि एक जगह overcrowded है, एक जगह बहुत ही खुला सा, वैसा नहीं, proper density distribution. Next is your circulation space should be properly maintained, it should be large. Okay, like all the streets and everything. And the fourth one, that there should be the provision of parks and open spaces. Okay, so on this basis this city was planned. Okay, I'm making one diagram here. Now let's see. So Ville Contemporain is a rectangular city in which, okay, so this is basically a rectangular city. We can see, we can see this 2 highway. Okay, now one this highway and one this highway is crossing each other. Okay, now next we have is in the center. Now this is the whole center of the city. So in the center all the office building was placed. Okay, there was 24 cruciform shaped building. 24 cruciform shaped building. What is cruciform? Cruciform is cross shape. Okay, so this type of building was placed in the center and this was office building. Okay, so let's make the diagram here. This is just for your understanding, और फिर यहाँ पे. Okay, so now you can count, this is 24. Okay, सो देखो, अब ये जो हो गया बीच में, ये सारा 24 ऑफिस बिल्डिंग है. अब इसके पास जो भी एक्सटेंशन है, दैट इज फॉर द रेसिडेंशियल जोन. ओके, और रेसिडेंशियल कितने स्टोरी का है? दैट इज 8 स्टोरी, एंड दिस इज आई थिंक 60 स्टोरी. ओके, दैट इज नॉट श्योर. ओके, ठीक है. तो रेसिडेंशियल बेसिकली 8 स्टोरी का था, ये 60 स्टोरी का था, और टोटल 24 बिल्डिंग्स इन was placed here. The national highway was bisecting each other, and in the center there was the Grand Central Station. So this is the GCS, Grand Central Station. It was planned in the 6th level, which contains all the traffic convenience, like your motorways. Then your in the top there was airways. In the basement there was like railway lines, everything. ठीक है. So this was the Grand Central Station in between, and office building, residential building. ठीक है. So this was all about the Ville Contemporaine. Okay. Now what Le Corbusier did, he actually he reworked on certain elements of this, and he applied those in a particular small section of Paris. So now come to the next, 4th one, that is your plan voisin. ठीक है, in Paris. So there was 60 storied 18 buildings in the center. ठीक है, ऐसे सेंटर, तो वहाँ पर ऐसे 18 बिल्डिंग्स करके था, मतलब समझ लेना. ठीक है. तो there was 18 buildings, 60 storied in the center. ठीक है, in the center. और हाँ, यहाँ पे स्ट्रीट पैटर्न चेंज था, दैट वॉट एवर द हैवी ट्रैफिक इज देयर, दैट इज going through the basement, and whatever the light traffic is there, like all the cycle riders and pedestrian, they were given the ground level to for the transportation. Okay, so this was basically the street pattern, and this 60 storied 18 buildings in the center. Now after this, he gave the concept of linear industrial city. So the fifth one which we are going to read is the linear industrial city. So suppose there is any national highway or railway lines. ठीक है, ठीक है, railway lines, railway tracks, whatever you say. Okay, so the linear, since there is a barrier here, ठीक है, so all the residential all the industry will be placed here, and close to this the residential zoning will be done. Okay, so it is almost same like the linear city, which I will explain in the later part of this video. So suppose this is the all the industries are placed near the national highway for the better transportation, everything, and the workers who are working here, that will be allotted home near this industry, so that they can go and do their work and come back. Okay, and the flow of wind is towards this side, so that all the polluted air should not come near the city, it should go away from the city. Okay, so this is the wind flow direction. So this was all about the linear city, linear industrial city, and yeah. Okay, so next comes the neighborhood concept. So it is given by Clarence Perry. Neighborhood concept. So neighborhood concept given by Clarence Perry. ठीक है, Clarence Perry. Okay. Now, whenever we say neighborhood, so it is the basic unit of any city planning. Okay, so this is the basic unit of any city or town planning. ठीक है. Now, what was the need for neighborhood concept? Now, as we see, जैसे industrial revolution हुआ, so in the city there was overcrowding, ठीक है, and overcrowding था तो फिर traffic भी increase हुआ, like vehicular movement increased in the road. So इससे क्या होता है ना कि जब भी whenever we design any city, so the primary focus is given to the pedestrian and the school going kids. So जैसे traffic movement बहुत ज़्यादा increase हुआ, so it actually created insecurity to the school going students, ठीक है, and even the women also, so because they have to cross the roads and they have to go for the shopping for their daily needs. So what happens, so just to solve all this problem, Clarence Perry came with the concept of neighborhood concept, in which he said that the school, the walking distance from the school to the home, it should be minimum 1/4 mile, and it should not be more than half mile. Okay, so walking distance from home to school, so it should be like minimum in 1/4 mile radius, and it should not be more than half mile radius. Okay, ठीक है, तो 1/4 मिनिमम रेडियस पे होना चाहिए और हाफ माइल रेडियस से ज़्यादा नहीं होना चाहिए वॉकिंग डिस्टेंस. नेक्स्ट वी हैव जो भी शॉपिंग सेंटर्स थे, दैट वाज आल्सो प्लेस्ड इन द एजेस, और फिर उसके बाद इट्स रेडियस शुड नॉट बी मोर देन हाफ माइल रेडियस. ओके, नेक्स्ट वी हैव the people who are going for their office work, so the transportation should be close to their home, so that they can come and go to their office very easily. After that, parks and open areas were given great importance. That open area space should be properly given, like 10% of the overall neighborhood unit should be given to the park. Okay, so let's make a diagram here. And yes, no main arterial road, like the main road should not cross any neighborhood unit. So this was one of the concept of neighborhood. And inner roads were kept curvilinear. Okay, inner roads were kept curvilinear, like suppose these two roads are joining, so instead of making it sharp edges, so this were joined with a curvilinear edge. So this gives extra safety. Okay, so curvilinear road. Okay, let's make a diagram here. Suppose this is a neighborhood unit. Okay, so in the center it will be the community center. Okay, and all the schools, institutions, medical facility will be here. ठीक है, तो जो भी तुम्हारा like school, medical facility, okay, so all these things will be kept in the center. Then the shopping areas will be kept here near the edges. Okay, these are the shopping center. Okay, these are the shopping center. Now these are the parks. Okay, these are the open area or parks, and this part is of 10% of the whole neighborhood area. Okay, now next, whatever the left behind spaces are there, so that will be your residential area. Okay, so suppose these are the residential area. Okay, I'm making a rough sketch. ठीक है, तो जो भी बच गया that will constitute your residential area. So now keeping this as center, if we draw a circle here, so suppose this is my home here, ठीक है, तो and this is the school, so the and suppose this is school also, so the minimum radius which I have to walk from my home to the school, that radius should be 1/4 mile. Okay, and it should not be more than half mile. Okay, so I hope it's clear. Now what should be the neighborhood population to support any school? So that is between your 6,000, okay, it's 5,000 to 9,000 population. Minimum this much of population is needed to support any school. Okay, that there should be a school in your neighborhood unit, then minimum 5,000 to 9,000 population should be there. Okay, so this was all about your neighborhood concept. Okay, so next we have the Redmond Concept. So it was asked in KCET 12, 17 and GATE 2006. So it was given by Clarence Steen and Henry Wright. Okay, and it is also known as Town of the Motor Age. Now, the Redmond city was designed as per the Redmond Concept. So, that city is known as Town of the Motor Age, or henceforth we can say that Redmond Concept is also known as Town of the Motor Age. Now, this was based on 2 to 3 concepts like super blocks, cul-de-sacs, and the living unit. I'll tell you how. So let's make a diagram. Suppose this is the super block. So in the super block, what happens that in the middle there is the green area. Okay, all the parks or lawns. So all the green area is there, and this super blocks is surrounded by the roads. Okay, so these are the roads. So first is your super block. Fine. So that super block was of 30 to 50 acres. ठीक है? Now, large block is surrounded by the roads. Okay, so it is surrounded by the roads, and the green area in middle. Okay, green area in middle. Now in center you can write it will be more apt, in center. ठीक है? Now there is cul-de-sacs. Now what is cul-de-sac? So it is a dead end street, like this one. You will go, you will come, and it will be like there will be a round and you will come through this. So this is known as cul-de-sacs. Cul-de-sacs. So this is a dead end street. So first is your super block, next is your cul-de-sacs. So यहाँ पे क्या होगा, ऐसे street गया और ऐसे round, then similarly here also. So all the cul-de-sacs street has the access to the main road. Okay. Now next, so this is the 2 point done. Now all the living blocks, they are assimilated here. ठीक है, beside this cul-de-sacs. So all the living units or living area is assimilated here, and this is the lawn which is common to all the houses. Okay, here also the houses are here. Okay, Now, so this is the third one, that all the houses are assimilated near the cul-de-sacs and they all are sharing the common green area. Fine. अब आज जो एक इंडिविजुअल यूनिट के बारे में बताती हूँ, then you'll understand it, the difference. Like in a normal house, when you'll go, the living area, that living area entry is from the front side, but here it was from the backyard side. Suppose I'm making one example here. Like suppose this is one living unit and this is the road through which the car is coming. So the garage, so instead of living area keeping here, living area is placed in the backyard side. So this is the backyard side and this is the front side. So in the front side you have garage, you have kitchen, okay, but this living area, then after parking your car, you have to go through this and then you have to enter your living area through the backyard side. And in this backyard side you will be having all the green areas like this. You are seeing all this green area. So this is the green area, living, then bedroom and whatever. Okay. So this was all about your one individual unit. So the car entry from the front side and the living area in the backyard side. And similarly all the houses has the same this concept. So and they share the same common green area. Okay. So this was all about the Redmond concept. And so you just have to remember three things: super block, cul-de-sac street, and entry from the backyard side for living area, and garage is placed on the front side. Okay. So you can see this example in the Redmond city. Example, you can see Redmond city in US. Okay. Yeah. Now come to the next, that is your linear city concept. Now next is your linear city concept. So it was given by Surya Y. Mata. Surya Y. Mata. Okay. And yeah, it is asked in KCET, ISRO, DDA and GATE. So what is basically linear city? Suppose the whole city development takes place beside the river or national highway or railway lines. Okay. Now suppose this is the river. Okay. Now there is a river here. So in front of the river, or suppose national highway or railway lines, I'm writing it here, railway lines or any NH. So what happens that okay, now here all the industries will be placed. Okay. Why industries? Because it is, suppose the main city is here, so all the zoning is coming accordingly, so the industry tends to get placed at the last zone. So industry here, so that the easy transportation through this communication lines. Okay. And even the gas which are coming out through this industries, so that is supposed to that are not supposed to come towards the city, that is supposed to go just beyond that, like outside. So the residential area will be placed here. Okay. So that the workers who are working in the industrial areas, they can easily go do their work and come back. Next, the thing which we have to keep in our mind, that is the dominant wind flow should be, towards the industrial side. Like the wind direction should be in this, that it should come, and whatever the polluted gas is there, it should go away, it should not come towards the city. Okay. Wind flow direction. Okay. So this was all about your linear city. And yeah, one of the example of it is the Madrid city. Okay. It's the Madrid city. Okay. Now one more comes is the ribbon development. Now what is that? That is also a type of linear city, but in linear city we are going to establish the whole of the city. Okay, but in ribbon development what happens? Suppose this is the NH. So this in the ribbon development already the city is established. Suppose this is the city A and city B. So this is the NH. So this is connecting these two cities. So what happened that the human settlement will start to accumulate here. Okay, people will come and start living near this highway. So that goes on for the ribbon development. Okay, and there is a type of row housing. So this is a type of row housing here. So if you want okay, yeah, this is all about your ribbon development. Now next we have is the Broadacre city. So Broadacre city was given by whom? Come on, tell me. Broadacre city by Frank Lloyd Wright. Okay, Frank Lloyd Wright, in which he said that every family should be given like 1 acre of land, and it is upon their wish that how they develop their houses and they nurture it. And he explained all this concept in his book The Disappearing City. Okay, The Disappearing City. So it was the book written by Frank Lloyd Wright, and as per the Broadacre city, the concept is that 1 acre of land should be given to individual family. Okay, I hope it's clear. Okay. Okay guys, so whatever I've taught today, let's make a quick revision table and it's going to help you in your exams. Okay, so take out your one page and please write these things along with me. So first is your Sir Ebenezer Howard. So he gave Garden City movement, right? Garden City movement. Then on Garden City movement, there were 2 more cities which was designed. So that was Letchworth and Welwyn. Okay, and Welwyn. So Letchworth was designed by Barry Parker. Yeah, Barry Parker and Raymond Unwin. And Welwyn was designed or planned by Louis D. Soicians. Louis D. Soicians. Okay. Now the next one is the Patrick Geddes. So the father of what? Modern town planning. So write in this, father of modern town planning. Okay. Now what all the concepts he gave? So first is the Gedasian triad. Okay, you all know this Gedasian triad. Next is the outlook tower. Okay, now this is your revision which is going on. Outlook tower. Next is the section valley. Okay, next is your regional planning. He also gave the term that is conurbation. ठीक है, term conurbation. Next, he gave one phrase that is diagnostic survey. Diagnostic survey, and one more is the conservative survey. Conservative survey. Okay, one more he gave. Okay, he planned Tel Aviv city. ठीक है, he planned Tel Aviv city. He wrote the book Cities in Evolution. I'm writing here Cities in Evolution. Basically, he defined this term conurbation in his book Cities in Evolution. Okay, yeah. So these all for Patrick Geddes, and this was for Sir Ebenezer Howard. Direct questions come that who coined the term conurbation. So Patrick Geddes, then Gedesian triad, then conservative survey was given by. So you should keep this in your mind. Okay. Now next one is C.A. Doxiadis. So C.A. Doxiadis, he gave the concept of acoustics. Okay. Acoustics. Okay, so after C.A. Doxiadis, next is your Lee Corbusier. That is, first he gave Ville contemporain. Contemporain. Next he gave plan voisin Paris. So he actually planned some of the sections of Paris. Then Radiant City. Okay. Next is your Chandigarh. Everybody knows this. Chandigarh was planned by Lee Corbusier. Next is your Linear Industry City. Linear Industrial City. Okay. Now after that, Clarence Perry. So Clarence Perry gave the concept of neighborhood unit, right? Neighborhood unit or neighborhood concept. Next, Clarence Steen and Henry Wright. So they gave the concept of Redmond. Okay, Redmond Concept. So Redmond Concept is also known as town of the motor age. Town of the motor age. Okay, question directly comes. Town of the motor age is known as Redmond City. Okay, that Redmond City is known as town of the motor age, and this concept is given by Clarence Steen and Henry Wright. Then, okay, next is Soryabhai Mata. He gave the concept of linear city, right? Next we have Frank Lloyd Wright. He gave the concept of Broadacre city. ठीक है? So today I taught all these things, and this is just one page revision of whatever I taught today, and yeah, this is going to help you in your last revision. Just देखा कि Ebenezer Howard ने क्या दिया, Patrick Geddes, what all concepts he gave. So just keep everything in mind, and if question comes that which concept is given by whom, then with this page you are going to solve the questions which are going to ask directly on this topic. Okay, yeah. Okay guys, so let's do a bit of chit chat with you. So urban planning part 3 lecture will come tomorrow. Okay, so in that, whatever I have not dealt in the urban planning, like smart city, eco cities, then TOD, ठीक है, ये सारा चीज़, और फिर जितने टाइप्स ऑफ प्लान्स है, लाइक जो भी तुम्हारा डेवलपमेंट प्लान, जोनल प्लान, एनुअल प्लान, एवरीथिंग, फिर प्लान का क्या रेशियो होता है, एवरीथिंग आई एम गोइंग टू डील टुमारो. तो पार्ट 3 तो कल आएगा. ओके, पार्ट 3 विल कम टुमारो. ओके, गूगल फॉर्म, जाओ और गूगल फॉर्म को भर दो, ठीक है, गूगल फॉर्म भरना है। ओके, नेक्स्ट, जैसे बहुत लोग यू नो दे आस्क अबाउट कि मैम नोट्स दे दो, ठीक है, कि इस चीज़ का ये मटेरियल दे दो, ये कर लो, वो कर लो, ठीक है। तो देखो, अगर नोट्स क्या है, जो मैं वॉट एवर आई एम डीलिंग हियर, ठीक है, जो यहाँ पे लिख रही हूँ दैट इज़ द नोट, वही सारा चीज़ है, उसको कॉपी में लिखो जा करके। डोंट जस्ट सी एंड जस्ट लीव द लेक्चर लाइक दिस, जस्ट गो एंड राइट इन योर कॉपी, बिकॉज जब भी दिस इज़ अ कॉम्पिटेटिव एग्जाम डियर, लाइक एग्जामिनेशन नहीं है कि एक रात पहले पढ़े एंड वॉट एवर यू हैव देयर इन योर शॉर्ट टर्म मेमोरी यू विल गो एंड राइट इन द एग्जाम। नो, दिस कॉम्पिटिशन रिक्वायर्स योर लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी। ओके, तो उसको अच्छे से लिखो, हर दिन रिवाइज करते रहो, एंड दैट इज़ गोइंग टू हेल्प यू इन योर एग्जाम, क्योंकि एग्जाम इज़ गोइंग टू हेल्ड इन लाइक फेब, अभी तो अक्टूबर ही है, ठीक है। और साथ साथ जो भी लिखवाती हो लिखते जाओ, और जहाँ पे कोई डाउट आए, ठीक है, अगर ग्रुप पे डालो, if in case we three educators are not able to answer it at that moment, suppose हम लोग busy है या कुछ भी है, तो there are other students also who is going to help you with your doubt, ठीक है। और जब भी हम लोग फ्री होते हैं we reply at that moment, और the other two educator they are brilliant in numerical solving, तो आप वो लोग से भी जो भी डाउट्स हो पूछो, they are going to help you with that, ठीक है। जो टॉपिक हो गया है या आपने कर लिया है, ठीक है, आ रहा है समझ में, नहीं आ रहा है, और हाँ, जो भी ग्रुप में पोस्ट होता है, लाइक जैसे अभी कुछ दिन पहले ही मृत्युंजय सर और रतन सर ने कुछ कुछ पोस्ट किया था रिगार्डिंग बेंडिंग मोमेंट्स, स्ट्रक्चर्स, ये सारी चीज़ का हैंड रिटन नोट्स, थर्मोडाइनमिक के नोट्स, ठीक है। तो वो सारे चीज़ को बस देख करके कहीं सेव नहीं करो, जस्ट राइट इट इन योर कॉपी, मेंटेन अ कॉपी फॉर द ग्रुप थिंग ऑल्सो, बिकॉज दैट इज़ गोइंग टू हेल्प यू इन द लास्ट मोमेंट, क्योंकि हर चीज़ तुम लास्ट में फ़ोन से कितना देखते रहोगे, अगर एक कॉपी मेंटेन रहेगी तो दैट इज़ गोइंग टू हेल्प यू एट द एंड, ठीक है। तो बस नोट्स का है कि बस जो लिखवा रही हूँ उसको प्रॉपरली लिखो, और हर दिन रिवाइज करो, लॉन्ग टर्म मेमोरी में सेव करते जाओ, और जो डाउट्स है पूछते जाओ ग्रुप पे, एंड डोंट वरी फॉर द सिलेबस, वी थ्री आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर इट एंड वी आर गोइंग टू कंप्लीट इट, ठीक है, मतलब हो जाएगा, नवंबर तक हो जाएगा, डोंट वरी फॉर दैट। ओके, ठीक है, चलो बाय।